back at least 3-4 times. Getting handshakes from the branch managers.
So at the prison, at various prisons in Massachusetts, we have COVID outbreak, primarily at Norfolk Prison and Concord Prison. And that outbreak started with 2 in Norfolk, and now we over 100. And so it's a lot of energy going on in there that is negative and that is deadly, because it's a lot of stress for the guys that are inside. The women too, we have to be mindful of the women prison. And today is actually a solidarity drive, you know, with a train of cars, being able to ride around each prison and let them know that we know that the COVID thing is going on in there, that we support them in that, and that we fight for them. And for me, it's going back to old stomping grounds, you know, 32 years in prison falsely. I lived my life in these very same prisons. Primarily when we hit Walpole and Norfolk, Walpole Prison is where I started at. And that was the beginning. I was 18 years old in Walpole Prison. So it's really just an encouragement, man, you know? Overall, that's the most important thing needed. It was needed for me. And right now, those guys and women need to know their life matters. So I'm all in for that. For Walpole, a low crime area, other than having the prison here, right, is the fact that they would have time to have double officers. Since we've been here, we've seen 4 police cars just in and out this particular lot. And I'm going, okay, and as soon as we came here, those officers put their cars this way, right, and the other ones came here. And so my thing is it the idea that who's coming here? Why are you visiting here? You know, what is the black guy in them doing? That's the feeling that you would get, because you know that unless it's lunchtime, which is not, right, and they've been there for a minute, and then to face this way, you're not concerned with who's gonna rob these stores. That's obvious to me, or any of that. You're more concerned with having heads up that someone's in your town. I think I should say that that concern should have been there when I sat in Walpole Prison and came in as an 18-year-old kid going into Walpole Prison. Maybe that same concern there of why I'm visiting should have been concerned as to why I was ever visiting there when I shouldn't have been. So me coming back to this town that hosted me for most of my life since an 18-year-old kid, it feels strange, you know what I mean? And for them to even give the appearance of why are you here, ask that question why I was in your prison. I was still in your town. I was still in your town. As you can see, the police are like everywhere. We actually had one that may be curious as to why we're following. This is Norfolk Prison, and this is why I'm here at Norfolk Prison, in solidarity and support of the people that are here in Norfolk Prison. This is exactly where my partner, Ricky McGee, Fuquan, is at. And that really, really, really concerns me, because he's there now with COVID, you know, and that concerns me. In that Norfolk prison right now is that outbreak of COVID. I'm concerned about them. I don't need a bunch of people to do anything. My point was, we said we were coming here today, so I'm here today. And we've drone by, but there's no place to be stopping to really show you inside. But that is Norfolk Prison. Those are the housing unit, and there are men dying in there. And we're here because we know that COVID's in there. We know what you're under. We ain't stopping no matter what the numbers are. We said we'd be here. We're here. Love. Let me introduce you to some of these families and let them tell you who they are and what they're dealing with.